is my high school journal. This doesn't cover all my high school years, but most of it is. No, it doesn't cover all my high school years, but this is my high school journal, and I'm gonna start reading it from now. Just some entries. Let's begin. January 2nd, 2008. At first, I thought school was going to be terrible, but it wasn't that bad, today at least. In the morning, I was determined to get into an empty train car. I saw one. It was really empty, with only 2 people, a woman that looked like she was going to work and a sleeping hobo. His hair was all puffy and messy, and so were his clothes. I was going in anyway, but when everyone else saw him, they ran to the crowded car to their left. I guess it was instinct, and I followed the crowd. There is a lot of discrimination in this world. It is so hard to avoid, especially if you are a high schooler and very conscious about what others think of you. And then, I heard in Chinese, these 2 people talk about the homeless man. They said he was crazy and had mental problems. No one cares, but they can tell him to go away or send him somewhere else, he said in Cantonese. And I thought, am I a follower? I am in one of the best high schools in New York City, and I am not a leader. Am I a coward to not enter the other car? I don't feel so bad now. I sort of forgot about it at school. Linda liked her Rubik's Revenge Cube. Her resolution is to solve it. Lily forgot her gym uniform on the train. I'll give it back to her tomorrow. At home, after school, my mom took out my 8th grade notes and asked if she can throw them away. I looked at them and said, yes. Weird. I wonder what other people do with their old notes. Haha. I still remember Mrs. Freelander's weird handout with a man's face on it. Now I'll have to study and watch TV. Karen. January 8th, 2008. Let's see. Yesterday was the first time in my whole life that I had dissected and touched and smelled and squeezed and tore a sheep's heart. It was fatty, big. It was fatty fat, big. I think our group's heart was the biggest because Justin, aka Jessica, was very excited. Wow, it smelled bad, but I will never forget how cold it felt, and it was pretty stiff. It was pretty heavy too. Justin cut the heart open and Michelle tried to stick a straw from the left atrium to the aorta. I could actually see the straw coming out from the heart. Pretty cool. The left side was much bigger than the right. It looked like a human heart, but I bet it was bigger. Man, was it fat. I tried to tear off the white, yellow layer of fat so we could see the veins and arteries better, but it was stuck to the heart so tightly. Haha, maybe that's why cholesterol is so dangerous. Well, the heart walls were pretty thick. The chambers were hollow except for the right side. I think there was dried blood there. The color of the heart was brown because it was preserved. It looked like a cooked chicken heart. When I squeezed the heart, it bounced back. It was a muscle after all. It was bigger than my hand. The top was broad, and as it descended, it got narrower and less fat. There was also a groove. It was pretty smooth on the outside. I can stick my finger into the aorta. Well, I liked the lab. At the end, Justin cut the heart into 3 pieces for no reason. Well, I can't wait to dissect the bullfrog. I feel a bit villainous talking about cutting a sheep's heart up, but I like the lab. Oh, and I was 30 minutes late yesterday. I missed first period. The train was late forever. My mom and I had to take the N train back to Coney Island and ride back. Train delays. Sigh, sigh. Today, I found out Miss Dialata had my USB all along. He was letting Edward use it to save his files. Wow, I'm pretty happy I found it. It's $20. I'm bringing hand cream as sunblock, an ice cream magnet, and my project for the Spanish presentation thing tomorrow. Haha. There was this online test today during DDP. I accidentally clicked the back button on the mouse because it was too high tech. So I couldn't get back on the quiz. So Miss Dilotta had to fix some stuff and I retook it in 10 minutes later. I got 22 out of 25. Still, I have to do better than that. Jessica got a 95% or something as her average. Yeah, I'm a freak at grades. I wish I was more conscious about my looks sometimes, but I don't want to get stuck on a 91% average. I really want to be standing out in high school. But if there is another way, some creative way, that will be nice. Yay, I can go to tennis club now. My head is itchy. I should wash my hair today. Karen. February 10th, 2008. Hi, I'm sick right now. I've caught the inevitable cold. I think my vocabulary needs improvement. Really? And also, I wish I wasn't so hairy. Not that I am really hairy. It's just I have a lot of hair on my legs and arms and my cousins don't have at all. I admire Carla. And also, I have to start volunteering and joining more clubs things. I have to be proactive. What does that mean? But we work for the sake of living. We don't live for the sake of working. I got that from Papa to Musume no Nano Kaken. 7 days of a daddy and daughter. It's when a dad and daughter switches minds and bodies. Haha. It's a family comedy, I guess. You learn a lot, sort of. Karen. March 26, 2008. Yesterday was my first volunteer action in outreach. I went to this nursing home in Fort Greene Park with 4 other people, including Maria. No one really came. There were supposed to be 9 other people. Well, they had a tea party and I met this diabetic, kidney failure, eye failure, 50-something-year-old man named Leon. He can speak Cantonese, English, and Spanish. He is divorced. His family is in Florida, being rich. His parents are dead, and his brother inherited all of the money for some reason. Well, the government gives him $6,000 a month, and most of it goes to the nursing home. He goes on dialysis too. And he found out he was diabetic when his blood sugar level was 500 when he went to his dad's funeral. He wants to write a sci-fi book, but there has to be some truth. But people don't want to believe the truth because the truth is very unbelievable and stunning. And it reminds me of Dan Brown's books when he said that, well, his friends came to visit him. Yeah, once in 1,000 years. Well, he needs someone to talk to and someone to listen to him. He said he has no money and his dream is to write the book and publish it and earn money so that his only family in Florida can look at him. He said, when he's rich and you're poor, there's a distance. Money can't buy you happiness, but money can buy you time. Is that true? He also wants a kidney transplant because then he doesn't have to go on dialysis and eat a lot more things. He's on medication. He needs a translator to help him with his book. He is young compared to the 70s in the nursing home. He thinks that God is giving him a chance, that he can live, that he can keep his feet, that doctors kept on convincing him to cut up because it was infected. He can't walk upstairs or walk too long. Also, he gave me his cell number, but I can't call him and I won't. That's because it is just not right. I will go to a nursing home and talk to him with Maria. Maria said she wanted to quit. It was sad to hear his story and a bit creepy. He just kept talking to me like he had never had a conversation in a century. He said his friends is all engrossed into stocks. Money is so important in the US. We lost ourselves with a sea of money. Those who can't swim drown. Some build boats and sail across, oblivious to the sharks that lurk underneath the green paradise. and oblivious to the ones that are drowning. It was a sad day. Well, I had to smile. And I can't cry because I just didn't have the crying moment. Well, as long as he thinks there is still a tomorrow waiting for him, he should live. Life is like a treasure hunt. At the end, you don't really get the treasure. Like all treasure, money's like all treasure, worries, the place collapse, or all the pirates die, or the pirates get caught, or they turn it into the museum. It is the journey that is remembered. Everyone's eyes is at the treasure and thinks of the glory they can never have. What did they do with the treasure? You can't bring money to heaven or hell. Knowledge. The more you know about truth, the more you know about life. No wonder we go to school. Ah, Karen. June 24th, 2008. Summer vacation is starting on the 26th, but I can feel the boredom settling in already. Today I got verbally harassed on the train. Also, the living environment regions was not hard. In fact, I did pretty good, I think. I returned Bless Me Ultima and failed at trying to scare Zerlina. Well, one got a haircut. I feel like I have abandoned this journal. Well, I didn't record what happened in Orlando, Florida. It was a horrendously amazing trip, though. It was plain awesome. Disney World and all. Well, also on Sunday, we had a BBQ over at our cousin's house in Queens. It was fun also. The hot dog was spicy. Also, the pasta was good. But even if it was a BBQ, I enjoyed the people more than the food. Carla got a new boyfriend. He's Korean, and his name is Abra. Well, a whole group of us, Carol, Abra, Joyce, Thomas, Graciela, Chung, Daniel, Vince, Jane, and me played Mafia. It was drunk and funny. Well, yes. Overall, the BBQ was a day where remembering it swells up your heart. I wonder how Leon is at the nursing home. I almost forgot about him. He's probably bored every day, and I'm here wondering what I should do. I feel a bit selfish, and I sympathize, Leon. Well, also, I have to go to summer school. And well, I think I'm getting better at the piano also. And I also want to cut my hair. It is too long for my likes. Well, there are things I want to run away from, and sometimes I wonder why people I know don't wave to me on the streets. I mean, I'm such a hypocrite. I want people to say hi and to notice me, but I don't want to do that to others. It's like I want to look good, but I avoid them most of the times. I haven't even written a letter to Heidi for a long time. Such half-heartedness. Karen. August 25th, 2008. After the cruise, I still feel like I'm on a ship. It's getting better now, though. My right ear is a bit stuffed because I tried swimming and putting my head under the water. Maybe all the water didn't come out yet, or I'm just wrong. I hope we go to Carla's house today. Eating Chinese food after a week of American, Italian, French, goose liver is a blessing. The Olympics ended yesterday. They had a closing ceremony for the Summer Games. Of course, it wasn't as flashy and awesome as the opening, but it was still better than the old closings, I'm guessing. China got 51 gold medals and the US 36, I think. The US still put themselves first because their overall gold medal count is 110, and China's is only 100. The rest of the world put China first, while the US uses Fahrenheit instead of Celsius. Michael Phelps really got 8 gold medals. Guo Jingjing is retiring. I like the water games the best. Swimming, diving, gymnastics was okay. The really short and cute American gymnast was good. I think she got gold or silver. Well, looking at them makes me want to do something. A sport, probably. I quit tennis. Maybe I'll play basketball for fun, but I am going to learn how to swim for sure. Next August, I will be able to swim. I have to find a class first, or maybe go to a pool. Karen. November 6, 2008. I'm still running away from reality and the fact that I don't need anyone to support or understand me. I'm still afraid of hardships and not willing to accept my responsibilities. Even though I have high expectations for myself and everyone else and pretend to reach it, I am straying away from the truth. I refuse to run with all my power. I refuse to do my best at school, and I refuse to have close relationships with friends. Am I scared? I'm scared of the unknown. Life is scary. Sometimes it makes me cry. It is so hard sometimes. Karen. March 3rd, 2009. There was this stupid freshman on the train today. He was so rude to the Chinese lady. When she said, "Excuse me, can you listen?" She wanted to make him to make a path for her. He was like, "I can listen." And she said, "Do you have a problem?" And he said, "Yes, my problem is that I don't talk to people I don't know." Or something like that. Lady. Well, if I didn't talk to you, you wouldn't make a path for me, right? And then the freshman said some other BS, and so did the Chinese lady. And then the freshman was like, "No English?" And he even said, "Go back to China." And all that racist poop. The lady was so mad. I don't think she got off on her stop. She wanted wanted him to get off first, probably. I was standing right next to the freshman and the lady too. He was so rude when she took out her phone. He was like, "Are you going to call the police? If you're taking a picture of me, it is my problem." And his new friend he made on the train, this 8th grader girl that looks like a 9th grader, was laughing at the whole thing. Her other friend and pretty good looking guy got off at Bay Parkway, but he said, "That was mean, but it was funny. I like this guy. LOL. What a jerk." Well, then this blonde lady stepped in and my anger was going to explode. And she said to the laughing 8th grader that it was not funny, and to the freshman that he was ridiculous, and that his parents won't like to see him like that at all. Well, I just told him, "You're just trying to be cool," and walked off on the King's Highway. Well, he bit back and said, "I'm not trying. You're trying to be cool." That bleep. Well, I was just so pissed off that I was shaking. Well, I was still angry when I was eating lunch at home. I'm okay now. I played the piano and did my homework. Now I'm playing Pet Society. Well, see you later. Karen. December 31st, 2009. Indication. Lymphoma. Miracles happen, right? Maybe that is a wrong indication for grandfather's illness. So that is a great way to start the new year and a great bang to end this year. Sometimes I think it is our fault grandfather has cancer now. We are too lenient on him. We let him eat all the MSG he wants and all the crap he wants. And we don't give a damn about what he's doing to his body and don't even know he went to get CT scans and spinal taps to check if his body is healthy. It's ironic how the thing that checks if he is healthy kills him. Does that mean curiosity kills the cat? In many ways, it is grandfather's fault too. He wanted to go to China and risk his life getting x-rays there, and in America as well. He was not emotionally stable either. He's always so temperamental. This teaches me, and maybe himself, that thinking about the future too much is useless if we don't treasure ourselves in the present. Health is important, but we should not go overboard. Worrying about future possible diseases we may have to fight is stupid. It may never happen, and if we think too much, it may happen. We are the masters of our own destinies. I regret a lot, but I don't think I would have changed my nonchalant actions towards my grandfather if I was given a second chance. Time does not give second chances. They say it is fate. They just want to believe it so they don't have to blame themselves. I don't think it is fate that caused him to contract tuberculosis and then lymphoma. It is his consciousness about his health and his obsession for good health that caused it. He is depressed and more introverted than ever. I feel so sad too. I don't know anymore. I'm just learning. But there are so many things I learned that I will not use. What is the point if I cannot help anyone or relieve someone's sufferings? I'm selfish. Helping is a hassle, but it's also painful to see my grandfather every day. There is this label on him called cancer, and no matter how hard it is to get rid of the label in my mind, it won't go away. It was just too shocking. This is the first time someone with a terminal illness lives with me. I think I am scared, but I am more worried about him. He is too picky to satisfy. I think I can just eat with him and talk to him about trivial things, sometimes about the past. That is all. Every time I go to the bathroom or brush my teeth after he is done, I'm so conscious about it. I keep thinking that I will get his disease, but at the same time I feel pity and sadness and regret. Why can't I be more like Carla or Daniel, who shows their care so openly? And hug him sometimes. But I'm cynical about them too. I don't think hugs and I love yous are always so meaningful as they seem. But it is nice and warm even if it is fake. And the truth is, too much sometimes. I just want him to live a bit more happily and not eat so much MSG and empty calorie diets. He doesn't listen though. I'm scared of next year and what I see. I think he is more scared than I am. I know he is. He is scared of death. A lot more than us naive youngsters. It makes me happy to be young, but I don't know if I am wasting my youth. I learned that I must be more optimistic and not wait for others to notice me. America is not Japan. Yes, even though grandfather has cancer, I have to think that it is lucky that he has lived for 81 years already. And hopefully it will go away and another gene of his will mutate and cause the cancer to subside. Even if that chance is so small. The chance of him getting TB and lymphoma within 2 years is incredibly minuscule as well. Both are miracles. I hope this new year brings him more happiness, and I hope his condition does not get worse. Health, that is all elderly people should ask for. No trips to China or having an affair with a younger woman. But humans are naturally greedy. Things are always uncertain. Why does a guarantee sound so good now? I thought I hated guarantees and safety bubbles. So this is the last entry for 2009, and today is my last Hot Pot for 2009, and hopefully not the last New Year's Eve with anyone in my family. Tomorrow my world is coming over again. It won't be the same as Christmas though. Nothing good lasts forever. That's why we should seize the day. It is weird that how that never meant much to me the first, second, third time I read that quote. But things change when we grow up. When things are slowly revealed to me, I understand a little why there are hobos on the street and why people believe in God. Life is too hard to trek on alone, and it's easier to not do anything. It is easier to leave it up to fate and the heavens to decide our paths. Is that really the best way? I will give up someday, but I may not be really giving up when the day comes. I may just be more open-minded. That is what they say.